What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of What's Going On, or as it's now going to be called, WGO question mark. Don't ask me why someone said it, make me more happy. Anyways, want to apologize first off for the lateness of the video. I know I said earlier on I would do one every week, but things tend to stack up and I get distracted and life happens. I wanted to do a video because I saw I don't really know if it'd be a public service announcement or what. It was like a 10-minute thing about kids today and how to deal with bullies. And I gotta say, this was about the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's telling the kids that if they're being bullied, well, it's because the bully doesn't know you. Try to get to know them. Talk to them. Maybe they feel like you're ignoring them. Include them in things. And blah, blah, blah. It is the dumbest thing in the world. If you're being bullied, it's because of three things. You're small, you don't fit in, or this guy is just I gotta keep this PG, a dink. Adults out there know what that means. Okay, so honestly, I was bullied a lot growing up. I mean, from like 3rd grade to 12th grade, I was bullied. Most of you could probably look at me and understand why. I'm tall and skinny. I never really was a muscular guy or a big guy, so I had a lot to be picked on about. And I was your classic nerd in school, I made good grades, I did the homework, I didn't disrupt class, I read comic books. But hey, comic books are the thing right now, right? Every movie that's a blockbuster is based off a comic, basically. Okay, but getting back to bullies and how you deal with them. I didn't deal with my bullies by trying to sit down and understand what it was about me they didn't like, and I didn't try to include them in things. In fact, I tried to distance myself from them. And that works for a while. See, there are 3 types of bullies. There's the physical bullies, there's the verbal bullies, and then there's just the plain jerks who are basically a combination of the two. Now, the verbal bullies, they're easy to deal with. Let me tell you how I handled it. I got picked on a lot by this one guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he picked on me a lot, verbally. White trash, poor, pathetic. I mean, anything negative you can think of, this guy called me. And he called out my family, called out stuff. Thing is, talk about me all you want. The moment you bring my family into it, it's fair game, it's open season, and I'm gonna fire back. Now see, here's what I did. This went on from 5th grade to about 8th grade. One day I finally had enough. He was talking about my mom. You don't do that. So I realized suddenly this kid's name rhymed with a certain curse word. Starts with F. I added a Y to the end of it to where it would actually match his name pretty good, and I called him that in front of his buddies. And then I told him, yeah, you ain't got much room to talk, buddy, with a name like that. Now, I did some other things, schmucky, ducky, plucky, unlucky. Anyone who knows me knows who I'm talking about. Once he realized that I can make fun of him just as easy as he can make fun of me, he left me alone, for the most part. He still gave me some looks and other stuff, but hey, I've moved on past it, and I'm just using this to show people how you deal with a verbal bully. You gotta show them that you can be just as verbal. Then you got the physical bully. Now, I'll admit, physical bullies, they're hard to deal with because you don't know if they're the physical bully because they're big, strong, and they actually can back up what they do to you, or if they're the bully who's just bigger than you but have never been in a fight in their life because they're a bully. People have just always been afraid of them. Now, that's the type of bully you can handle real easy. I had a situation like that. This guy came up behind me, shoulder checked me into a locker, and something just happened. The little voice in my head snapped and said, "Okay, I've had enough." I chased this guy, and I pushed him with everything I had. Now, this dude had me by about 6 inches and by about 30 pounds. Well, I pushed him down. He got up and he said, "I'm going to pound you until you spit out teeth." And he started walking towards me. And again, that little angry voice inside my head had taken control. And I said, "For a guy who says he's going to break my teeth out, you're doing a lot of talking." He stopped dead in his tracks with a look on his face that I'd never seen on his face before. He was afraid, because for the first time in his life, someone was actually standing up to him. And see, I was a pacifist a good portion of my life. I knew how to fight. My dad bought me a punching bag, and we would work 2-3 days a week out there on that bag, and he just taught me how to punch, how to move. And my sister, who was a tomboy growing up, she took karate, taekwondo, and she would show me how to do stuff from time to time, and she would do these things to me to toughen me up. It's what your older sibling's supposed to do. So I knew how to fight. I just chose not to. But like I said, I finally lost it. And when this dude took a swing at me, I realized he had never been in a fight in his life. I ducked, and then I punched him in the stomach as hard as I could. He made that sound that people make when they try to inhale and exhale at the same time. That real funny type sound. And he went down to his knees. He never bothered me again. Tried that on another bully who could actually back up what he did, and I went home with a shiner on my eye. But he also never messed with me again, because he realized, okay, he's not afraid of me anymore, so why bother? Not to say he still didn't, pick on me from time to time, but he stopped bullying me. Now the third bully is the one who's both verbal and physical. Those are the hard ones to deal with, because with them, you just have to stand up to them. Any way you need to, you stand up to them. I don't care if you have to go fist to fist with them. Even if in a fight you hit them just one time, they're gonna realize, okay, he's gonna stand up for himself. But if he comes at you again, you make sure you hit him 2 times before you go down. If he comes again, you go 3 times. You stand up to this guy. Ladies, this goes for you too. Stand up to a bully. Let them know you're not going to take it. That's how you deal with a bully. You know how you should deal with a bully if you're not the one being bullied, but you see someone being bullied? Why don't you go over there and back up the kid being bullied? Yeah, I've done that for people who were picked on, because I know how that feels. See, because if a bully realizes that someone has had enough of this crap and they're taking the victim's side, the bully is going to do one of 2 things. He'll back off, or he'll start to pick on you too. But here's the thing. If enough people stand up to a bully, the bully's going to realize, okay, this was pretty stupid, maybe I should leave this kid alone. Most of them will. I'm not saying all of them will. If they got a brain in their head, they'll back up. But see, here's the thing. It doesn't do any good to tell an adult that you're being bullied nowadays, because when I was in school, I remember in kindergarten, I was being picked on by a 2nd grade. I told my teacher. The teacher told his teacher. And they took him to the principal's office, called me up there. This kid is in tears. I don't know what they said to him, but he came out in tears, apologized to me, and he never messed with me again. But see, you can't do that nowadays, because a comedian said it the best way. When he was a kid, he was being picked on. He told his teacher. The teacher told the kid, "I will end you." Nowadays, if a kid tells a teacher they're being picked on, this is what a teacher will do. They'll go over to the kid who's picking on him, stop, and that's it. Like, that's going to get a kid to stop. Please. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for the little guy. That's how you deal with bullies. That's how you deal with life. Okay, changing topics. Want to give a big shout out to a few people. Want once again, gotta give a shout out to my amazing wife. Love you, babe. I want to give a shout out to a couple of buddies, a couple of friends of mine, the recently married Ashley and Quentin Martin. Congratulations. Hope y'all had fun on the honeymoon. Glad y'all are back home stateside. Let's get together. Like I said, tonight will be on me. Let's get together, hook up. And another shout out to my amazing sister, Brandy Bryant. She's going convention to convention right now, doing tattoos. She's doing guest spots in tattoo studios. Check her out on Facebook, Brandy Bryant. You can check her out on Facebook. Not Facebook, on YouTube. I believe she goes by Great Fox Die 85 or Brandy Bryant. Check out both of those, and hey, you guys keep being awesome. I'll see you next time. I'm out.